say she was cute. She was sweet. She had long, beautiful, curly, reddish hair, often held back in a ponytail. However, she was an evil monster, a master manipulator who committed a gruesome crime at the young age of 18 years old. This girl was so evil that she took a piece of her victim's skull, kept it as a souvenir, stuffed it in her leather jacket, and showed people. Who was this evil monster? Let's find out right now. Wednesday, my Cajun cuties. Yes, it's me, Anne Marie, aka the Cajun Crime Queen from Carrico, Louisiana. Cajun born, Cajun bred, and when I die, I'll be Cajun dead. I hope after this video that you like, subscribe, and comment, and don't forget to press the notification bell so you never miss a video from me, Anne Marie. I hope you have a beverage. I hope you have a snuggle partner or a snuggle fur partner. Those are the best. And you're ready to hear a true crime story with yours truly. And as always, I want to know, are y'all drinking that water? Are y'all staying hydrated? Are y'all getting those tickers up? Remember, just a quick 20-30 minute walk, especially first thing in the morning, get those endorphins up, and you are going to have an amazing, wonderful day, I promise you. And as always, thank you all for joining me on this Wicked Wednesday evening as we discuss another true crime case. Yes, y'all, after 30 years, the state of Tennessee has finally given Christa Pike an execution date of September 30th, 2026. A lot of y'all may be wondering, who is Christa Pike? Well, I don't even think she's a real person. I don't think she's a human being. I think she is a monster who committed a horrible, gruesome, horrific crime at the young age of 18 years old. What Christa did to her victim was disgusting. She did horrible things that the victim wasn't even recognizable, and Christa had help. Who was Christa Pike? Christa Gail Pike was born on March 10th, 1976 in Beckley, West Virginia to her parents, Carissa and Emil Pike. Christa's parents were divorced when she was very young. Christa's aunt often said she was neglected. She says that Christa would often crawl around on the floor where there were piles of dog feces all over the house. Christa's grandmother often cared for her and mostly raised Christa. Christa's mother said that Christa tried to take her own life when she was in the 3rd grade and again when she was 12 years old. How sad, how heartbreaking that Christa was so depressed and so in a bad state of mind that she wanted to take her life at such a young age. But a lot of people say that Christa Pike did not have the best childhood. It was often said that there was rarely any food in Christa's house. However, there was always alcohol in the house. It was also said that Christa was essayed by her mother's boyfriends. Her mother constantly had boyfriends in a domino effect, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. And that was very traumatic for Christa because she was always moving from home to home to home, going back and forth between her mom and her dad. Her mom and the boyfriend would break up. Here comes another boyfriend. She was always moved around to these different houses. And it was also said that Christa would smoke pot with her mom at a very young age. And Christa never faced any of these problems. No one ever got help for Christa. No one ever made sure that she saw a therapist for all of this. Because in fact, a lot of people say there was SA going on, abuse going on, trauma going on. I even read somewhere that someone wanted to hurt Christa's mom, Carissa, and that Christa and one of her friends beat up this man with a stick. So who knows? But if all of this is true, this means Christa Pike had a very traumatizing childhood. Christa was a very intelligent child. However, because of her moving from school to school to school, her schooling was greatly affected. When Christa was in the 10th grade, she was moved to a juvenile facility where she earned her GED and decided that she wanted to go into a nursing assistant program. In 1994, when Christa was 18 years old, she moved to Knoxville, Tennessee to attend Job Corps. That's where she wanted to be a nursing assistant. And that is when she fell into a group of very troubled teens. Christa started dating a man a year younger than her named Daryl Shipp, and together the two became interested in devil worshiping. In the fall of 1994, Christa Pike became extremely annoyed with one of her classmates named Colleen Slimmer. Colleen was a beautiful, sweet, loving girl from Florida who moved to Knoxville, Tennessee to join Job Corps to do a 6-month course in computers. Colleen was extremely independent and wanted to be on her own. She left her house in Florida on October 31st, 1994. She started complaining to her friends and family that 3 people were bothering, 2 girls and 1 guy. Colleen says that these 3 people were stealing her jewelry, stealing her clothes, and their names were Tadero Ship, Christa Pike, and Shadala Peterson. Colleen was very annoyed by these 3. Christa Pike hated Colleen Slimmer. She hated her. She would constantly say that she didn't like her, and she thought that Colleen Slimmer wanted Tadero. However, there was no evidence that Colleen and Tadero Ship even dated. It was said that Tadero Ship had a huge crush on Colleen. However, when he saw Christa Pike, that all changed, and he decided that he wanted to be with Christa. Christa was extremely possessive over Tadero Ship, and she wanted Colleen out of the picture. Christa Pike would often tell people that she wanted to kill Colleen Slimmer because she felt that Colleen was a huge threat to her and Tadero's relationship. On January 12, 1995, Christa Pike told one of her friends that she, Tadero, Shadala, and Colleen were going to smoke in the park. And Christa's friend was like, wait, hold up, girl, hold up. I thought you said you didn't like this girl, Colleen. I thought you said she was a threat to you and Tadero's relationship. Why on earth are you taking her with your friends to go smoke in the park? And y'all, Christa looked at her friend and winked. Just winked. How scary is that? And how creepy is that? To tell your friend that you're going to smoke with this girl that you hate, and then when your friend asks you why you're doing it, you just give her a simple wink. Around 8 o'clock at night on January 12, 1995, Shadala, Christa, Colleen, and Tadero signed out of Job Corps. They were all going to Tyson Park to smoke. They arrived at Tyson Park. However, what Colleen doesn't know is that Christa is armed with a meat cleaver as well as a box cutter. So this was all planned. Christa knew exactly what she was going to do to Colleen in this park. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Christa starts yelling at Colleen, telling her, I know you want my man. I know you're trying to break us up. I know you want Tadero, blah, 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 blah. Then, out of nowhere, the argument turns violent. And for the next 45 minutes, Colleen Slimmer is taunted, beaten, threatened, stabbed, and slashed up. Every time Colleen gets up to run, they catch up with her. They grab her, they bring her back to them, and they start beating her even more, just stabbing her repeatedly. Christa Pike stabbed Colleen Slimmer over 300 times. Yes, over 300 times. Then while Colleen was still alive, Tadero Ship held her down, and Christa Pike carved a huge pentagram in Colleen's chest. Can y'all believe that? Can y'all believe how scared Colleen must have been? Then, in Christa's words, she picked up a piece of asphalt and smashed it on Colleen's head because Christa said the bee just wouldn't die. Then, after she knew Colleen was completely passed away, she took a piece of Colleen's skull and placed it in her leather jacket pocket. Then Christa went to her friend and said that she took the life of Colleen Slimmer, told her friend that she just wouldn't die, and said that she had cut her 9 times and she still wouldn't die. She started showing off the piece of skull to her people around the school, to her friends. She was that sick and twisted in the head that she was walking around with a piece of her victim's skull, showing people like it was a souvenir, like, look what I did. And remember, Shadala, Colleen, Tadero, and Crystal signed out of Job Corps that night. However, only Shadala, Christa, and Tadero signed back in that night. The body of Colleen Slammer was found the very next day, and police say that her body was unrecognizable. How sad is this, that this sweet, loving young girl came to Knoxville, Tennessee to receive an education. However, she was sadly taken from us by 3 evil monsters. And just 36 hours after the crime, police arrested Shadala Peterson, Tadero Shipp, and Christa Pike. And when the detectives interviewed Christa Pike, she says that they were just bringing Colleen into the park to threaten her, to scare her, to just have a conversation with her. However, it just got out of control and Colleen Slammer passed away. Police knew they had to search their rooms, and that's where they found a lot of devil-worshipping items. Christa even had a devil tattoo on her chest. Police knew that Christa Pike was in fact the ringleader. All of a sudden, the 3 go on trial, and they want the death penalty for Christa Pike, life without the possibility of parole for Tadero Shipp, and Shadala Peterson is going to be a witness for the prosecution, receiving probation. Christa Pike arrives in court, y'all. When I saw the video of her arriving in court, look, I love you, hi, yes, hi. Just enjoying all of the attention, giggling, writing notes to her mom, just like a celebrity, just enjoying all the limelight. Like she wanted all of this attention on her. My head would be held so low if I committed this crime. But oh no, not Christa. Oh no, she was acting like a celebrity with her hair all done, half up, half down, a scrunchie. She was enjoying all of this attention when in fact, she was an evil monster that took the life of another person in a gruesome way when she was only 18 years old. The only time Christa Pike lost it was when the jury passed around a piece of Colleen Slammer's skull. She put her head down and began to cry. On March 29, 1996, Christa Pike was found guilty on all charges. And on March 30, 1996, Christa Pike is sentenced to death by electrocution, making her one of the youngest women in history being sentenced to death. It took the jury only 90 minutes to convict Christa Pike. When Christa Pike found out she was going to be sentenced to death, she lost her mind. She turned to the audience, she started crying, she started sobbing. She could not get over the fact that they just sentenced her to death. Not once did she ever think about the life she took. Not once did she think about Colleen Slammer. She only thought about herself at the time. She didn't think about what she did to Colleen. Carving a pentagram in Colleen Slammer's chest while Colleen was still alive. Christa Pike is an evil human being. And get this, y'all, get this. She has been no model prisoner. Oh no. On August 24, 2001, Christa Pike attempted to take the life of fellow inmate Patricia Jones by wrapping a shoestring around her neck. Thankfully, Patricia Jones survived. However, the judge added another 25 years onto Christa Pike's sentence for attempted murder. And in March 2012, Christa Pike was found to be trying to escape with a corrections officer. Yes, Christa Pike was trying to escape death row with the help of a corrections officer. And on September 30th, 2025, Tennessee Supreme Court issued a death warrant for Christa Pike, saying that they were going to execute her on September 30th, 2026. And if Christa Pike does in fact get executed, that will make her the first woman in Tennessee to be executed in nearly 200 years. Now, my question to y'all is, do y'all think the state of Tennessee will go through with this execution? A lot of people have been emailing me, messaging me, saying, oh, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. So I want y'all to leave y'all comments down below, and y'all tell me if y'all think the state of Tennessee will in fact execute Christa Pike. My final thought, I always give y'all my final thought. And my final thought is, I know a lot of us have been jealous of someone. I know I have, and I'm sure you have. Jealousy is a huge thing and will affect people. You can be jealous of someone's car, their house, the way they look, what they have, what you don't have. And mainly, a lot of people get jealous of someone having someone they want. And I get it. And the bad thing about jealousy these days is it used to be like, oh, I'm going to break up with you and I'm going to go be with this person. But nowadays, it's blasted all over social media. So then everybody sees it, then you go get even more jealous, and it's just a domino effect of just like all of these things happening at one time. For Christa Pike, she couldn't take all of this. All of this was just weighing on her. And the crazy thing is, y'all, it was said Tadaro and Colleen had nothing going on. Tadaro had liked Colleen at one point, but once he saw Christa, all of that went out the window. So Christa did this for nothing. So all of us have been jealous of someone at one point in time in our life. But what we have to say to ourselves is that we have to be happy about what we have and the things that we have and what we have all around us. We don't need to be jealous of what other people have. And we definitely don't need to be taking someone else's life to earn someone back or just to get someone out of the picture. It doesn't happen that way, and it shouldn't happen that way. So y'all always remember to be grateful and thankful about what you have in your life. I hope after this video that you like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget to press notification bell so you never miss a video from me, Anne-Marie. And as always, stay safe. Always be aware of your surroundings, and always know that I'm here for each and every one of y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow night with another video. And as always, thank y'all so much for the love and support. And for you, I am truly grateful. I love each and every one of y'all, and I hope y'all have a good night. Bye.